We have often seen when there is a cricket match among the children in the society or in our nearby streets, the power is with the hands of the child who has the bat with him. He becomes automatically the good kid, the powerful kid, and everybody, he conforms to what he says. So, this is basically he has this power because he has that bat with him, whereas the other children are not getting the bat. Therefore, we can understand that that child's influence is there on the other children who do not have what he has. That is what we are going to study today. We are going to study the theory of power elites as given by Pareto, Mosca, Machiavelli, and C.W. Mills. So let us begin. So, who are elites exactly? So, elites are those minority group people who are very privileged and they are even more powerful than the powerfuls. They are on top of every sector, every field, and they have this influence on others in the society. So, when we talk about society, there are two types of people. On one hand, there is this minority, a small group of people who are elites, and the others where there is a mass, a large group of commoners. So, what happens is power circulates between these group of elites and it never comes in the hands of the common man. Why? Because these elites have some resources, some power, some influence, and that influence cannot be found in the hands of common man. So, what is this theory of power when we talk about it in sociological terms? What happens is due to their influence and resources, they hold the responsibility or the power to plan policies, to build networks, and to become economic elites. And once you become an economic elite, you have the power over economy and resources. Therefore, you automatically become the most powerful one. Now we'll discuss some theories one after the other. First is constant sum theory. If you remember when we talked about Karl Marx, we noticed that he talked about two groups as well. One is the haves, those who have the resources, and the second one, the have-nots, who do not have the resources. So, when one group gets power, that is the haves, the other group, the have nots, they lose that power because they are getting the power, the rich or the powerful, the more prestigious ones are getting power, and the lower people, the commoners, are losing it. So, only one group gets power. This is the constant sum theory, which says that power is constant. Now, on a contrast, Parsons gave the theory of variable sum theory. It says that power is variable, it is not constant. And where does this power comes from? It comes from values, and values keep changing in the society. So he says that without compromising the needs of power for other people, one can become powerful. It is not always at the cost of others. Now, talking about power elite theory, so we know that Machiavelli was a very renowned political thinker and he talked about elites and he said that politics is not always a dirty game. But what happens is there are two types of elites, lions and foxes. So, when we talk about lions, just imagine a lion. What words come into your mind? Ferocious, leader, and many other things, right? So, in the same way, the lions, when we talk about in terms of elites, they take direct action and achieve power by the rule of force. It is like a military dictatorship. On the other hand, when we talk about foxes, we know that foxes are cunning in nature. They manipulate, they maneuver you. So that is how foxes work, and they have these personal qualities which makes them a class apart. They makes them better leaders. Therefore, the power, it keeps going from foxes to the lions, and it becomes a circle. So this cycle is the power elite theory. Now we'll understand Pareto's views on this. He wrote the book The Circulation of Elites and talked about the law of circulation of elites. So he also maintained Machiavelli's views. He said that yes, there are lions and foxes, and because of their personality, they are considered as elites and they have that leadership qualities. But he also expanded it and said that there are two types of elites. One is the rentiers and the other the speculators. Rentiers are the ones who go risk free, and speculators on the other hand, they take risks, so they are risk takers. For example, if you keep investing in shares, you are a risk taker, you are risking your money. On the other hand, if I play safe bets and if I just rent my suppose one room or one house, I am not a risk taking person. I am investing, I am trying to get money, but I am not investing in a way that it becomes risky. He also said that a very important line: history is the graveyard of aristocracies. So, aristocracy is not something that has come today, it has been going on and on. We have been having leaders and people who influence us, and economic power circulates between them only and does not come into the hands of the common people. So that is what is the circulation of elites, when the power goes from one to another. But he also said that what happens is, after a point of time, the elites, they lose their personal qualities, and the quality, it starts decaying, it starts losing its virtue, it becomes ineffective, and then it becomes very difficult to maintain the power. In that case, it goes to the hand of the other one, and this keeps happening one to another, and that is the circulation of elites. Now, coming to Mosca's views, he talked about the ruling class. He said that always in history there has been a class that rules and the other that is ruled by them. He talks about two types of elites, that is ruling or the governing elites, who are the minority, who are organized and they overcome the commoners or the majority. The second one is non-ruling or non-governing elites. He has also talked about two political facts. Political facts in the way that this minority who has power, it also talks about that one leader who has the supreme power, and he gets this power from the commoners. How? He works for them, he tries to please them, and that is how he gets his power. Next is C.W. Mills. So, in his book, The Power Elite, he has talked about the American power structure, and he said that America's role, that is equivalent to power elites. He has talked about three types of power elites, that is political, economic, and military. What happens is they all are in nexus, that is, they all have a relationship and they work in coordination. In this coordination, they make sure that power remains in the hands of them only and does not go into the hands of others. So they occupy the top posts, the top commands, and help each other to strengthen their position and to maintain that position and stay in the power structure. He also said that when they occupy every top position, there's no space for common man, and therefore, even when we have a democracy, but it is structured in a way in America that the position is held by elites only and not by the common man. Now let us discuss some questions. Question number one is, according to Pareto, Dash provided an example of Fox type of elite. So Pareto has talked about European democracies, whereas C.W. Mills has talked about American democracy. Question number two is, find out the incorrect match. So the incorrect match is B, Marx power elite. So he does not talk about power elites, but constant sum theory is given by Marx. Next question. According to C.W. Mills, the power elite in America comprises those who hold command posts in, so the answer will be B, business corporations, military, and federal government. Thank you.